morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby. I'm with my co-host and business partner, James Mason. Good morning, James. How you doing? How you feeling today?
Todd, good morning. I don't know. Got COVID.
Got COVID.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. But other than that, guess I'm doing all right. So, all right. Well, how you doing today?
Doing well. No complaints other than it looks like it's going to be a red day.
I don't know with how the market bounced back yesterday. I don't know. So it's going to be interesting for sure. So currently, the Dow futures are down 265 points. S&P 500 is down 66 points. And I mean, let me share my screen. We have pulled back. This is the spot right here. So we had this wild run yesterday, and we have pulled back down to the support range. Now, big thing is, can this hold up? I think it can hold up today. I mean, if we look at this daily chart, let me turn this volume off right here so you can see it clear. So, I mean, look at that, just that wick on that daily candle, and then that green body. I think that if we can pick this momentum back up again, that we can push up, create another green day. So let's see, we're going to gap down to right here at this support. I believe we can, if we can pick this momentum up, we can push up, probably see anywhere from around 442 to, if we got really lucky, I mean, really, really lucky, right around this 446 range. So at the bottom of this candle, which would put it in the range for my theory going into tomorrow with the FOMC meetings. So, and I'll explain it here in a moment. So you can see this white line. This is the 9 EMA line, and it's coming downward here. If we have another strong green day here, if we push up to about this 446 range, that should put that 9 EMA button right up to that daily candle. And I think tomorrow, since everybody kind of already anticipates them signaling the interest rate increase for March, that is what could cause this thing to roll back over and then to drop more. Now, Todd, I was thinking last night, since everybody already mentally knows that they're going to do an interest rate hike in March.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much the consensus. I mean, they've literally said that. What if that was already baked in to the pricing? Or what if, let me think how to say this. What if,
no, I think it is baked in. Everything we've talked about over the last 4 months is that with this COVID even, they're like, hey, that didn't react quite the news we thought it was. We're coming to the conclusion that is already figured into the pricing. So I'm kind of under the impression that we're expecting an interest rate hike, and it might be baked into the market already.
Yeah. What if everybody, especially all retail traders, are loading up on puts? Now, this will be my dilemma for tomorrow that I'll have to figure out on the fly, and it's gonna be tough. But what if everybody in the market knows that everybody's gonna expect this rate increase, and let's say maybe the rate increase isn't as bad as what everybody expects it, so it actually makes it bounce bullish here and then takes off running again upward on the daily chart. You know, what if the market makers, you know, they all know that, hey, retail traders have loaded up on puts. Let's just do the opposite. Smoke them all. I mean, they do it.
That smoking the retail traders is not an original thought.
Exactly. Yeah. That's literally their job.
They've got to make money off also.
Yeah. So like they literally have to take money and food out of your kids' mouths to feed their kids at Princeton and Yale and Harvard and all that, and to give them Ferraris for Christmas. So just remember that. But these are the things that I think about. I try to think about, instead of being so blinded and having tunnel vision of, okay, this is what everybody expects, this is what I expect. I try to step back and like kind of step out of my mind and view my thoughts as a whole and try to analyze it and think of the what ifs, so I can be prepared for, if something isn't going my way, how am I going to respond to this? And really, like, this is a hard one, because while I expect them to announce that they're going to raise the interest rates come March, well, hell, tomorrow will only be January the 26th. We still have a full month in between now and then. What if the market says, okay, yeah, we already knew that. We're going to bounce it right here anyways, because everybody has puts, and we're going to push it up, and everybody's going to sell those puts for a loss, or they're just going to go worthless. And then when they go to buy calls, then we'll short it down. So those are just the things that I always try to step back and kind of think of these scenarios of the what ifs and how I'm going to handle it going into the future. And we won't know until after the fact, until after everything happens. We won't know what's going on.
Yeah, I put in the morning email, I put a little commentary in there about I think it's really critical that you have an entry and an exit strategy for your trades right now, because you just can't kind of get in and kind of wing it. The way the market's moving, like yesterday, the Dow was down 900 points, 1,000 points.
It got over 1,000 points, yeah.
And it recovered late in the day. I mean, and again, if this is baked in, could we see a 5, 6, 7 point bounce today in SPY? So you definitely have to think through the process. Paul K., you're asking a question: are they planning 3 or 4 hikes this year? And does that mean they have 3 or 4 hikes baked in? I don't think so. I don't think they're baking in 3 or 4. I think they're baking in one at a time. Is my opinion. And I don't have any data to back that up, other than just, I don't think they're going to bake in 3 or 4.
Yeah, so how I really started finding my success when it came to trading in the beginning was to think differently, to do the opposite and think the opposite of what everyone else is doing. And if I go back to that logic, that theory, then, I mean, and it's one of those things, like, I'm not talking about like, just because people are doing one thing, I'm going to do the opposite regardless. No, you still have to take in so many other considerations. You just have to be prepared for it. And having this in the back of your mind has you prepared for it. So, if everybody's thinking that the market's going to drop and they're heavy in puts, and really it's just the market is floating upward and everybody's screaming, what the F is going on? I got these puts. My mind is already in that gear and already thinking and looking in that direction of being prepared. Now, I might have some puts already taking a hit, but as being prepared, I'm not going to be all in on some puts, I'm to where I'm just going to destroy myself. I would have puts for what is to be expected here, and that is the market to drop more based off of this interest rate hike increase, or even just the announcement of it. But if the market's going up, then I'm going to be ready to shift gears and to go long in it, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense to y'all. If it doesn't make sense, then, well, trading ain't for you. So let me know in the comments if that doesn't make sense to you. Just kidding. So if you're new to the channel, I like to talk a lot of trash. I do it all in fun. A lot of people take me way too freaking serious, which, one, I don't understand why, but at the same time, it actually just entertains me more. if like, and Todd knows what I mean by that. It actually, yeah, it entertains me, so I enjoy it. But all right, so Todd, let's go to the comments, see what we got going on.
All right.
Actually, I did see a comment talking about Centro, however you say their name. It's the company who bought out Naked Brand, and you know, they actually are a successful EV company. Already have sales on the market and everything. But let me look for their question really quickly so I can properly answer it, because I did want to answer this one. Where is it? Thank you. All right. Is there any future in Centro? Yes, long term. This is why I said that this is a stock that I plan to hold for like 2 years. One of the reasons is because I knew at some point there was going to be a strong pullback in the market. Now, while I think this is it, we won't be able to confirm that until really the pullback is at the bottom or near complete. So while this is already a strong pullback in the market, you just don't know. The market could bounce here. I mean, really, like, we're at the mercy of what Wall Street and the Federal Reserve is going to do with the market. Like, retail traders do not control the market at all. So the market could bounce here. But going back to, this comment right here, is there any future for this EV company? Yes, I really do believe so. I mean, this company is not, they're just not out there with a prototype. They've had real vehicles out on the roads for years. They're building facilities in the United States, and they're going to start releasing production here as well. So again, like, if you go back to all those old videos when this deal started first being talked about, I just bought shares just to have a foothold in, and I'm upside down on it, but I'm not worried about it right now. Like, I'm waiting for the volatility in the market to kind of settle down. But there's a deeper underlying fundamental issue going on here. And that ain't with the company. Todd, this is actually going back to what we were talking about pre-market, when we were saying the small cap industry, the sector here, not industry, the small cap sector, where's all the freaking money at?
I don't know. This guy behind me rode into town and took all the small cap plays away from us.
Yeah. Like, the small cap world has just been dead for about a year now. And it's bizarre. I mean, we've talked so many times, Todd, pre-market, before the show started, how, okay, maybe all the money from the small cap world went into crypto, which made sense, and then crypto had its nice run. But I mean, heck, crypto has pulled back so hard, but where's all that money gone?
The only thing I can think is that it's a vacuum, right? So if someone's lost the money, someone's made the money. I just wonder how many retail traders are just hurt right now bad, where they don't have money to retail trade, and it's sitting with hedge funds or IO ownership.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be that way. I mean, yeah, I don't know. So let's see. Hold on. There have been research going around about Peter Wang being the shady guy. Couldn't confirm. Like, anytime I ever see like rumors like that on the internet, the rumors are coming from retail traders. And a lot of times, actually almost every time, when retail traders are upside down in the water, they're looking for someone to put responsibility on besides themselves. And they'll call out executives and make up this and that, but
don't use the responsibility. Use the word blame. They're looking to blame somebody.
Yeah, that's it. They're just looking to blame somebody but themselves, just to have an excuse as to why they're losing on a trade or an investment, whatever it may be for them. But because let's face it, if that stock or any stock like that had already made them 300% profit, and they're still holding it, and it just keeps going up. Even if, let's just say that executive really, if it wasn't a rumor, let's say that executive really was a shady guy, and he was just doing all kind of shady stuff in life, and it didn't matter, and it was being recorded on video all over social media, and you could see it firsthand. Are you going to sell your shares because you're up 300% profit and it just keeps going up because he's a shady guy? No. Are you going to care? No, you're not going to care, because it's just about making money in the end. So when I see retail traders talking about, oh, an executive is shady, or this person in the industry is shady, to me, it's meaningless. Again, like, retail traders are going to use whatever benefits them in a moment to justify, their agenda or excuse or whatever it may be. So that's just my theory on it.
Brian, thank you for the $5 tip. And you're right. You can't spell potential without the letters POAI.
Oh man, I'll be honest, guys. I'm so heavy in POAI that it pisses me off. One of the reasons why okay, so I have 4 accounts, but I actually do have 5 accounts. But I have 4 accounts that have money in it, and 5 out of that 5th one that I pulled all my money out of and put it in the other ones to consolidate it. But so I have 4 accounts with money in it. My main account is holding POAI. One of the reasons why I have so many accounts is, well, POAI is a good freaking reason. Like, I can't tolerate seeing that red like that. I mean, it is, and I can only just kind of chuckle about it, but I'm not chuckling about it because I think it's funny. I'm just chuckling about it because it pisses me off, man. Man, it just freaking pisses me off. Like, I mean, I feel very positive about what they're doing, but what pisses me off is how freaking slow that they're being with this. I'm hoping that these new directors who have some true experience on like the Eli Lilly level can come in and unscrew. I don't know if they have just so much bureaucracy in place or what, but I do know that they actually have to deal with so much legal shit. And it rolls into their PRs. It rolls into how they communicate with investors. I mean, everything that they do is just being controlled by the legalities of a lot of stuff that they're, in. Now, why is there so much legal shit tied up here? And that's actually a big question that cannot be answered right now because nobody knows. And when I still look back on all the research, I mean, and I constantly go back and review the research, not only that I've put out there, but what other people are putting out there, which I usually find flaws in. But I just, honestly, guys, like, I just try to be honest about the research I put out there because I don't want bad research coming back and getting into my research pool, and then I'm reading trashy research. So I constantly have to be on top of all this research here. But when I go back and review all this research, I like to just question myself on, am I wrong or right here? Am I being biased? And every time I do come back to, no, this is what the research is saying. This is what everything is proven. And I highly doubt they're lying about anything. I know some people try to say, yeah, they're lying. I highly doubt that, because in order for them to have lied about anything, man, you're talking about a shitstorm coming to them. And it actually does not, if you break it down, when executives lie in a company about something, it's usually for their own financial gain. Outside of that, like if there's no like prosecution or any indictments already taking place from something else, and this is definitely not the case here, then it usually comes down to how much money can they gain, and that's when executives will tend to lie about, you know, what they're doing within the company. But hell, the executives only hold like 7% of the company, so there's not much for them to gain. So I highly doubt that they lied to the SEC about anything or anybody else. I still stick with, honestly, in my opinion, of that Mel was brought in because he does have a history of selling companies as CEO. Really, that's his history. His history as CEO is coming in, honestly, not even really engaging with the investors, which that's what he's been doing the entire time. And then the company gets acquired. I mean, that's if you really do the research on him, that's what happens, or that's what has happened so far with him in his career as a CEO. But like, if we really start to like look into this and pull out all biasness, like what's going on here? Why are they like, we know they have other news. We know the things that they're building. Why are they slowly releasing it instead of just releasing it when it happens? If you notice, like going back in their PRs and reading them, it kind of, a lot of PRs kind of are talking in past tense of like, yeah, this is what we have going on. And honestly, I think that they are releasing PRs to us as retail traders because they're tired of hearing us whining to them all day long and harassing the hell out of them. So they're just giving, they're tossing scraps out to the yard dogs just to get them to stop barking just for a little bit until they can keep doing what they're doing and complete whatever task is at hand. But yeah, like they just, yeah, I don't know.
We're about 5 minutes from the start of the market.
Okay. It's just going to take a while, I think, for POAI. And I think, and when I say a while, I'm just really just saying a while because I really don't know. Mel does have a history of, like I said, selling companies. And I still believe that that is the likely possibility here. And what if all this legal stuff with getting PRs approved and everything had to do with, and this ain't me saying anything factual. This is me speaking my own opinion and just saying a hypothetical. But what if all the PRs have to get locked up through legal just so it doesn't step all over the process of a deal that's being made? That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'll just quick interjection that anything that has with a merger, acquisition, a bio, I'm in a private deal from like 3 years where I invested in a company, and I hear something from the main guy, managing partner, like about twice a year. And I hadn't heard anything for a while, so I sent him a text yesterday. He goes, "Hey, good timing." He literally wrote a report 10 days ago, but it's taken legal to go through his report to make sure that they're not saying anything out of school. And he's hoping to get it out to us by the end of the week. But it's that way with all these deals.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had our contract for our developer. Hell, it took them 2 months just to write a contract up to give to our developer. And we're just like, this is one guy, you know, like, come on. You know, when we were just talking about our own legal stuff with our attorneys, I mean, legal stuff takes time. It really does, guys. But
hey, so Josh Bond, thank you for the $5 tip. You asked the question, VECT maybe be a strong runner. This morning it's traded 32 shares. Yesterday it traded 32,000 for the day. Until it gets some volume, this is not going to be a runner in my opinion. I don't know any of the news or anything about the company, but to answer your question, maybe a strong runner, not until it gets some volume behind it. It's literally traded 32 shares this morning.
All right. Real quick. Oh, hold on. Todd, I accidentally cut you off. What did you pull up?
No, I was hiding the comment, but you clicked it right before I did.
Okay. Ray, to answer your question really quick, POAI, are you worried about them being delisted or do a split? At this point, I'm not worried about either one of those. They still have a while before even the thought of being delisted is a possibility. Now, if they don't get that PPS back above $1 here and it stays above $1 for 10 business days, I believe, then they'll probably get a notice. If they get a notice of delisting, then they'll have 180 days, which I hope like hell I'm not in the stock for another 6 months. Yeah, it's actually painful for me to think about being
90 seconds
that long. But all right, guys, so let's go and wrap it up right here. We've ran this too long today, but we appreciate all you tuning in today and all your great questions. And remember, a lot of volatility coming up today and tomorrow in the market. So trade safe, trade smart, keep small position sizes, and use them stop losses. So, Todd, do you have anything else?
Nope. Have a good day.
All right. We'll catch y'all later.